What's up? Today we are doing one of the most requested videos I've had in a while on the channel. I'm really excited for it. Before we jump into it, I just want to remind everybody, please subscribe. If we can get to 100,000 subscribers, I'll be doing VGC Academy, Pokemon Academy, setting up a Discord server, teaching people about Pokemon, how to play the game, doing lessons, all that stuff. I have another video on it, so go check that out if you're interested. But yeah, please subscribe, please like this video, and yeah, let's just jump into it. So, today, we're going to be talking about how to get perfect Pokemon in Pokemon Ultra Sword and Ultra Shield. First thing you need to do is you need to open up your town map, and fly here. So this is Wyndon. It's the very top of the map. It's above the main area of Wyndon and the Pokemon Center of Wyndon. I think that's the Pokemon Center. It's up here where the battle tower is. Just to illustrate it, we're already here. The next thing you're going to need to do is you're going to want to go inside here. And you're going to want to... You need to clear basically 6 levels of the battle tower. So I want to battle. You can do either single... I believe you can do either single or double, but basically you need to get to tier 4. What that means is you need to beat 6 trainers. So I was able to do this just with my in-game team with nothing special. My team wasn't very good, but... oops, not what I wanted. Yeah, so basically I was able to do this just with my in-game team. This is something you can only do after you beat the main storyline of the game, so you do need to wait till then. And then you beat 5 trainers, and the 6th opponent is Leon. Leon has, I'm not entirely sure if it's the same for everybody, but he has Charizard and a couple of his, and 2 other Pokemon. And once you beat him, you might ask, why is it important that you beat Leon, right? Well, the reason for that is, once you beat Leon, he gives you access to the judge. So, what the judge does is, this is normally what happens when I, go into my PC. No spoilers here. And if you hit plus, it will show me my Flygon here, its stats, its ability, its Dynamax level, and its moves, as well as its item and typing, and its name and its Pokeball, all this stuff. However, once you unlock the judge, you can see in the bottom right-hand corner that I have the judge feature. So if I hit plus again, I can now see this Pokemon's IVs. As you can see, this Flygon is pretty good. It has, basically, what you're looking for is best. Best is equivalent to 31. I'm just going to do a really quick recap for people who don't know what IVs are. IV stand for I don't know, but the V probably stands for value. I actually probably should know. I think it means individual values. Basically, most of you are probably aware that each Pokemon has 6 stats. HP, attack, defense, special attack, special defense, and speed. These stats correlate to, let me say it this way. Each of these stats, HP, attack, etc., have a number called an IV, each of them. So each Pokemon has 6 IVs, and that IV is a number between 0 and 31. What that means is that at level 100, that Pokemon gets whatever IV it has boosted to its stats at level 100. So, for example, if my Flygon has an HP IV of 10 and an attack IV of 2, then at level 100, my Flygon would have 10 more HP than if it had a 0 IV, and 2 more attack than if it had a 0 IV. The most you can get up to is 31. So, this guide is teaching you how to get 31 in as many stats as you want, basically. Normally, most Pokemon will use 5. Some Pokemon will use 0 IVs if they're trying to be slow or if they don't want the attack stat, and then some Pokemon will use 6 if they're mixed attack range. But that's another story. Anyway, yeah, basically, like I said, each Pokemon has 6 IVs, but these values aren't publicly viewable easily, normally. So that's why you need to go to the battle tower and get the judge feature. So the judge... Best means 31. So as you can see here, these are Pokemon I've got from raids. I'm still trying to get a 5 IV Ditto. I don't have one yet. Yeah. So, yes. That's the first thing you need to understand. IVs. If you have any questions, just ask them down below and I can help answer them. Next thing you want to do is you want to fly to Hammerlock. So now you've got unlocked the ability to check your IVs. So now we're going to go down here to Hammerlock. Okay. And you go into the Pokemon Center, and once you've beaten the Battle Tower, you will now have access to Battle Points. So I have unlocked 23 Battle Points from playing through the Battle Tower. These items are useful for EV training. I'll do a separate video on that. This is the item you want. This is called the Destiny Knot. I currently have 0 in my bag, so I'm going to go ahead and buy one. Let me just, yeah. Actually, I think you might be able to get it on Route 14 as well, so yeah, I'll look that up. But yeah, you can always buy it here as well. The Destiny Knot allows, so when you're breeding, this video is a lot about breeding. When you are breeding for Pokemon, you have 2 parent Pokemon, and of those 2 parent Pokemon, they each have 6 IVs. And when those 2 parent Pokemon breed and make an egg, the 5 of the IVs of the child will be determined from the parent if one of the parents is holding the Destiny Knot. That's why the Destiny Knot is so important, is that it allows you to pass down 5 of the IVs from the parents. So 5 are passed down from one of the parents, and 1 is randomized. So what that means is that, let's say I had 2 Pokemon with 6 31 IVs, perfect IV parents, both of them. And if one of them was holding the Destiny Knot, the child is guaranteed 5 IVs that are perfect. Guaranteed. That's why the Destiny Knot is so useful, is because it allows you to pass down the IVs from the parents to the children. You need the Destiny Knot if you want to, effectively if you want to breed. The other item you need that I'm not going to show a tutorial on, because I think it's pretty easy to get, is the Everstone. I know that I have a lot of Everstones. Should be other items, yeah. So, the Everstone I have 3 here. The way that I got the Everstone is... Well, let's go to the next step. So, the next thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to fly to the wild area. You want to go here. The bridge field. This is where the Pokemon nursery and the Watt Trader is. So we're right in front of the nursery here. You need to talk to this guy because you need wishing stars. So I already bought a bunch of wishing stars, so I'm almost out of watts. Wishing pieces. I have 16 still in my bag, as you can see. So this is what you need. Buy them here. And if you don't have an Everstone, you can always... I'm pretty sure it won't take you very long to get. Just hop on the bike. You want to go over here to these guys. These guys will dig up items for you. You can get lots of rare evolutionary stones, which is a great mechanic. I've gotten a couple Everstones from this as well, in addition to other good items. So yeah, just talk to these guys. You can spend, I think it's 500 watts. Yeah, 500 watts. And they will dig for treasure, and you can get Everstones that way. That's how I got mine. It's pretty easy. So we're almost to the part that most people are probably interested in, which is the Ditto. So now you've got your Destiny Knot. Oh, I need to explain Everstones. You need to go here. Oh no, they're chasing me. Ah, no, please. So this is not working. I can't see that. No. Okay, I'm scared. Anyway, you have your Destiny Knot, which passes down IVs. The other thing that we didn't really talk about is natures. So basically, each Pokemon is a nature, and most Pokemon have a nature that's good for them. As you can see, my Sobble, big Sobble is mild, which means plus special attack and minus defense. This means that my special attack is slightly stronger, 1.1 times stronger, and my defense stat is weaker, 0.9 times. Every Pokemon should benefit from some kind of nature. There's very rarely that a Pokemon benefits from like a no nature. It's almost never. I don't even know if it's probably possible, but very difficult. So basically, when you're breeding, one of your parents will hold the Destiny Knot, which lets you pass down IVs. The other parent will hold the Everstone, which lets you pass down that Pokemon's nature every time. So if I were to breed my Sobble with a Ditto, and I gave the Sobble this Inteleon the Everstone, then all of the children will have Sobble's mild nature. It is mild, right? Am I crazy? Yeah, mild nature. That's really big. So basically, you can always control the nature of the children, and you can control 5 of the 6 IVs. So you can probably guess that as this process kind of speeds up, it becomes much easier to get like Pokemon once you have good parents. So that's why this is so important for getting good Pokemon. So yeah, so we've talked about nature, we've talked about IVs. Now we have to get you a Ditto, because Ditto, if you have basically, we've been talking about good parents, right? If you have a 5 or 6 IV Ditto, that makes breeding so much easier, because you have a Pokemon that you can use for like all of the children, which is really important. So let's go ahead and talk about Ditto. You need to go... Sorry, let me back up a little bit. Actually, we don't need to back up. First thing you need to do is you need to go into your menu, and you need to go to Options, like I just did, and then you need to change your text speed to slow. You can see it's much slower now. The next thing you want to do is... I'll hop on my bike because it makes me nervous. You want to save. Save right here. So, the way that it works is... You remember those wishing stars that I told you to buy? Everything's about to come together right now. I'm standing here in front of this den, right? I'm going to hit A. Okay, I want to hit A. Now it's going to ask me, do you want to save? And I'm going to hit yes. And what I'm going to do is... quit the game. Because as you can see there... The game, the light coming out of that den was regular. It was like a standard red light. And that normally... Basically, light that comes out of dens has 2 colors. There is the standard red color, which we just saw. And there's a more like purple, shiny... It has like spirals around the outside. Right? I'm going to try a couple times to get it. Sometimes this takes me a while. Same color, we're going to quit. Basically, And the specific den I went to is really important because this den has a chance to spawn Ditto. And so what you do is you just repeat this process. I'll give it a couple more shots. Sometimes it takes me like 1 or 2. On average, it takes me like 1 or 2 tries, but there's been a couple times where it's taken me like 10, and I don't think anyone wants to sit here and watch that. I would love to show you if I could, but it's random, so I don't want to waste everyone's time. Same light, we quit. A very simple process. You can see I'm able to like do this over and over again, but basically, you do this process until you get one of the different colored ones. You'll know very quickly when you see it. The different color it's like purplish red. It has like spirals. It's pretty clear to see. And what this is doing is, so normally, if I were to just like not quit out right after I save here, then I would have to, in order to get another shot at fighting this Dynamax Pokemon, I would need to clear the current Pokemon in there, and that takes time. It's much quicker to just like reset over and over and quit before the game saves, so that you have another chance of getting a Ditto. Because each time I roll this, it's a different Pokemon. Every time I do this, I have some chance of getting a Ditto. I think it's probably rare, which is why I've been having trouble recently. At first, I was just rolling. I caught like 5 or 6 Ditto. Let's see. Yeah, nope, wrong color. And that's why the text speed is slow, because you basically need more time to react so that the game doesn't actually save. Because even when it starts saying that it's saving, it's not actually. So, yeah, I'll give it probably 1 or 2 more tries and then kind of call it a vid. But IVs are really important for competitive play. Almost everyone who you compete against in serious competition, whether it's singles or doubles, are going to be using good IV'd Pokemon. Please, no. Oops. And it gives you a leg up, right? Even for VGC, because VGC competitions happen at level 50. Even for VGC, it's still important because at level 50, you still get it's a 15 at max increase. And there have in the past been some instances where you wouldn't want, like, you couldn't have perfect IVs, or it used to be much harder. Actually, switch locations. I don't know if anything, like, what determines what spawns, but yeah. Yeah. Basically, it used to be, like, this process used to be so difficult. It used to be, like, almost impossible to get Pokemon with good IVs. It required a ton of patience and a lot of luck. And over the years, they've made it more and more accessible, and this is the most accessible it's ever been. The very important thing I forgot to mention was raids have different stars on them, right? Like, you probably have noticed that different raids have different numbers of stars. And a raid with 4 stars... A raid with 4 stars has a raid with 5 stars has guaranteed 4 perfect IVs. So that means that if I'm trying to get a 5 IV Ditto, let's say, right? Each time I get a 5-star Ditto, not 5 IV, but 5-star Ditto in one of these raids, I have a 1 in 31 chance of getting a 5 IV Ditto, which is actually very good. Actually, I think it's actually 1 in 32, if we're going to be technical. But yeah, this is the last one. Did I get it? I did not. Yeah, so that's the process, basically. It's really good because they've made it so much easier over the years. It's so much easier now to get than it used to be. And the thing is, you don't have to do, like, you can probably tell that this process is a little tedious, because even when I do get a Ditto raid, I'm almost wondering if, like, you're capped out after a certain amount, you know? So that because they don't want people just, like, trying over and over and over again for Ditto, because at first this was not taking very long. But yeah, once you have a good Ditto, you can just use it for breeding. You don't have to do this process every single time you want, like, a good Pokemon. So you really only have to get 1 or 2. You probably want like 2 or 3 good Ditto, or like 1 very good Ditto. And after that, like, it just becomes so much easier because from there you can breed. Like, you only really have to get lucky a couple times. If you get a 6 IV Ditto, that's amazing. Otherwise, you probably want 1 physical attacker and 1 special attacker with 5 IVs. And don't get me wrong, like, it is a tedious process. Like, I've been doing this for a couple hours. But once you get it, you're good for like the rest of however long you want to play this game. This game. So that's the process. I hope this was helpful. I'm probably going to be doing a guide on EV training once I understand it a bit better myself. But yeah. I hope you found this helpful. If there's anything I missed, please let me know down below. If you have any questions or if anything was unclear, I can always do a follow-up video if people feel like I missed anything. But yeah. With all that being said, thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe. Check out my other videos. I have 1 competitive video up for Corviknight, so you should check that out. I'm going to be doing more as I get more experience in the format. But yeah, I think that's it. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow for the next video. Goodbye.